Welcome to section 3 of the workshop, Prompting with Messages. So far in our interactions with the chat model we've been using, we've basically been doing text in, text out with the model. We discussed briefly in the Hello World with OpenAI section the need to specify explicit roles of the kinds of messages that we were sending to the model. But in this section, we're going to take a much deeper dive on that idea and learn about the explicit use of messages. And after learning about how to control message type use explicitly, we'll leverage that understanding to utilize several different very important and powerful techniques to improve our ability to get LLMs to produce the kinds of output that we would like. We're going to be looking at a few techniques such as few shot prompting, utilizing the system message, something called chain of thought prompting, and finally in this section looking at the explicit use of message types to enable chatbot functionality, including an ability for a chatbot application to retain conversation history. The table of contents for section 3 are as follows. In Notebook 1, Human and AI Messages, we're going to learn about two of the core chat message types, namely human and AI messages, and we'll learn to use LangChain to control these message types explicitly. In Notebook 2, building on what we learned in the first notebook called Few Shot Prompting, we'll learn how to provide the the large language model with instructive examples using explicit message types in a technique called few shot prompting. In Notebook 3, System Message, we will introduce a third message type called the System Message. And this is a special and powerful message type we can use to set the overarching persona and or role of our large language model to great effect. In section 4, we'll look at a technique called chain of thought prompting. It's a rather famous technique, and for good reason. It allows us to prompt large language models for tasks that require a higher level of either logical or step-by-step or analytical thinking that a large language model by its nature might breeze through and make mistakes on. Chain of thought prompting is going to allow us to let the model think about problems that require thinking in a step-by-step method. And then finally, in Notebook 5, Chatbots, we'll look at how to manage messages to retain conversation history and enable chatbot functionality. There'll be a mini project in this where you'll get to kind of get your hands dirty building chatbot applications. So without further ado, hop on over to Notebook 31 and I'll see you there.